country girls in no time. Grab you a good cold beer. Can't have me no good cold beer because I got to work tonight. So to that clown on my other video who said, look, you don't work, you need to get a job. Well, look, I got a job. Drink a cold beer right now. So get me a good cold beer and let's get started. All right, the first thing we're going to learn you is some basic phrases. The first one's going to be howdy. Howdy is just like hey, but with a southern twang. All right, the second term I'm going to teach you is y'all, which is
y'all.
You don't use y'all, you go around sounding as lost as a goose in the native. The third phrase is going to be bless your heart. That's when somebody you love does something really stupid. You just look at it and say, oh, just bless their little heart. Now we're going to dive into some classic redneck terms like fixing to. I come over to my grandma's to film this video, so I'm fixing to take off the trash. The next phrase we're going to use is hanker, because you got to really want something. I got a hanker of some biscuits and chocolate gravy right now. Next phrase is ain't nothing but a thing, Wayne. That means when something ain't no big deal. So after the truck breaks down after your lady put diesel instead of gasoline. And a little bonus phrase you could use is when you really got a heart. Somebody said you go, let her rip, tater chip. Alright, y'all. Now it's time to get all together. Something like this. You call up your buddy and say, howdy, y'all. Me and Betty Ann's fixing to go down to the farm because we got us a hanker for some barbecue. And at the end of the night when our bellies is all full, be full of gas, we just let her rip, tater chip. Alright, folks, since we got a few seconds left, I got a few extra tips for you. Alright, you start using IN on stuff like hunting, fishing, napping. Another tip is, if you really want to sound genuine, you start mumbling like such. Yep. Yep. There you go. In 1 minute, Mark, I taught you how to speak like a redneck. So you city boys use that to your advantage to get you a fine as wine country girl. All right, Mark. All right, Mark. Today, I'm going to have you speaking redneck like a pro, or as I like to call it, redneck-a-leaks. But don't worry if you ain't familiar with it right off the bat. By the end of this video, I'll have you saying, hey, y'all, and yeehaw, like a second nature. First thing you got to do is get you some sweet tea. And if it ain't sweeter than a squirrel in a candy store, you do it. All right, first thing first. We're going to start with some key phrases. First one is, I reckon. When this hurricane blowing in, I reckon there's going to be some thunderstorms.
This record's going to be a thunderstorm.
Right. That there makes the girls moist as the Mississippi after a rainstorm. Also, when you're speaking redneck-a-leaks, you just don't simply say, I'm hungry. No, you say, I'm so hungry, I could eat the butthole out of a skunk.
I'm so hungry I can eat a butthole out of a skunk.
Like you starving, you say, I could eat the whole hog.
I can eat the whole hog.
Now we're going to move into your pronunciations. See, with the redneck-a-leaks, you don't use G's at the end of the sentence. You take things like going, doing, looking, screwing. Then when you use the word y'all, you make it sound like you talk to the whole family all at once. So the proper way to use it, hey y'all, come look at
y'all.
this. Cousin Tommy is over kissing Aunt Regina. And if somebody asks you how you doing, you respond with, I'm doing finer than frog hair split 4 different ways.
I've been fine of frog flipping squirt ways.
And let's not forget, we use hand gestures. We speak redneck-a-leaks. So the bigger the word, the bigger the gesture. Case in point being, my truck is so big that it needs its own zip code. Another thing you can be, like Billy's truck, it's squat. So you got to put the emphasis on the squad. There's
Squad.
ways to put this all together. Let's say you go to your next family reunion. You walk up and you see your favorite cousin. You say, well, shoot, I reckon I ain't seen you since the last barbecue. You was so hungry that day you could eat the butthole out of a skunk.
I could eat a butthole out of
And
skunk.
you go like, well, how's everything going? How's your mama now? You still got that job where you working every day where you can't tell which day is Monday and Friday? And when they respond to you, you sit over there and just nod your head like you was listening the entire time. Whether you was or not, that's irrelevant. And there you have it, Mark. Speaking redneck like a pro. Next time you're using these in practical exercises, somebody asks you, what in tarnation are you doing? Just tell
What
them,
in tarnation
I'm having
you
my best
doing?
redneck life. And if they want to know where you learned this, just send them on this video right here and tell them I learned how to speak redneck. As I like to call it, rednecking like a pro. Right here. Found this video helpful and you're going to find ways to use it in a practical sense. Just remember to hit that subscribe button if you ain't already subscribed.